So today we are working on using those factoring skills that we developed the other day and applying to them to a little bit more complicated situations. So we'll get our blue here. So last week we worked on factoring by taking out our common factor. So let's review. There are, I forget what colors I did this in, 2 pieces in the original question. That means that in our answer, we're going to have a bracket with 2 pieces in it. And then we're trying to find the piece that goes out front. Okay, so there's a plus in between these 2 things. That means there's going to be a plus in between the bracket. Awesome. And then we've got to look at our numbers and our letters. So looking at our numbers, we've got 3 and 6. Factors of 3, 1 times 3. Factors of 6, 1 times 6, 2 times 3. What's our biggest common factor? 3. Okay. So there, we can divide out a 3 from both of these terms. So if we divide out a 3, what would be left in the bracket? Well, if we divide a 3 from this, it's just 3 times 1x. So we would just have 1x, but you don't have to put the number 1. Okay? If you divide a 3 out of the 6, we're left with the 2. So our final answer here is 3. I'm not going to write the 1 on this one. X plus 2. If we were to distribute this back in, we would get our original question, which is what we want. Okay, so whoops-a-daisies. Let's make this one step harder. Instead of having 2 terms, let's have 3 terms. Same concept. We're still looking at each term and we're saying, okay, what is the greatest common factor? But with this one, because we've got 3 pieces to start with, we're going to have 3 pieces in our bracket. And we're still trying to find what is that common piece that comes out front. Okay? So I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to break up our numbers. 9. Oopsies. 1, that's not a 1. 1 times 9, 3 times 3. 6. Now, no, I'm not worried about the negative. What I end up doing, I cheat a little bit. I take this negative and I take this positive and I just plunk them right down into the brackets because they are going to be the same signs. And then I just worry about the 9, the 6, and the 12. I cheat. Cheat to win. Okay, where's my thing? There we go. 6. 1 times 6. 2 times 3. I have a feeling 3 is going to be our largest factor. 12. 1 times 12. 2 times 6. 3 times 4. Okay, so these 2 have 3s. These 2 have 6s. There are a couple of them that like have some but not the other ones. They all have a 3. So we have to take that out as the largest. So our 3 is going to come out here. And then we have to write what we're left with. Okay, well, 3 times 3 would get you this 9, and it's an x squared. So this is a 3x squared. And then 3 times 2 would get you this 6, and there's an x there. So we have to say there's 2x. 3 times 4 would give you that 12. So our final answer without those boxes is 3 bracket 3x squared minus 2x plus 4. If you were, and it says check your answer by expanding, you should get your original question. If you wanted to check on an assessment, you would just go, well, what happens if I do this? And I distribute back into the brackets. 3 times 3, 9x squared. 3 times negative 2, negative 6. 3 times 4, 12. It works.